Hello, everybody. This is Raul at Kung Fu Culture. So I want to show you a really cool match. It is the only woman to beat Zhang Weili, and her name is Meng Bo, and she has a Sanda background, just like Zhang Weili. And but nowadays she's claiming to be a wrestler, which I think is kind of cool, and I think is actually kind of fitting for someone who comes from a Sanda background because Sanda itself has that wrestling component in it. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get the match going here. So um, there she is right there, hopping around, getting warmed up. Her match is against a Brazilian martial arts, fighter. So she actually, Samara Santos, had fought for the championship, I believe, against their champion of that weight division. um, so anyway, let's go ahead and get to it here. So, but anyway, she would have more of the jiu-jitsu background, and that's pretty much all she has going for her. I guess they were saying that she like is trying to improve her boxing and stuff like that. But anyway, that's what Meng Bo has to go up against. And the thing is that Meng Bo is already kind of known as like a knockout artist because she's had several like knockouts, but also she's had a few what's called like submissions as well. All right, so they're going to go ahead and start. This fight is predicted to not go out of the first round, but I know that Santos is really trying hard to stay relevant. So I think she probably trained much harder for this. All right. Okay, so again, thank you for One Championship for being cool about sharing some video. So anyway, here they are. They're going for it. All right, so they're being a little tentative right at first. Not, but the thing is, so what I want you to see that is characteristic about Sanda here. Not saying that like that Meng Bo is like perfect Sanda person, but you can see the comfort at which she'll throw kicks, and I think that's one of the main things that differentiates Sanda or even a good kickboxer. So whether it be Muay Thai or just kickboxing in general, with like your average MMA fighter. So a lot of times the average MMA fighter will just be throwing punches, right? So they'll pretty much just stick with these kicks and say, look, that was like a lead roundhouse kick. Great, really beautiful. These are the things that I personally like seeing those inside roundhouse kicks to the lead leg of your opponent. We saw, I believe, like the other week when Poirier really dismantled Conor McGregor with these low leg kicks. I mean, kicks work, but you just have to get used to throwing them. That's really the problem, right? A lot of people just don't have that comfort. Right, and a lot of times people say it's easy to get countered if you throw a kick because basically you're on one leg. You're kind of giving your leg to the other person to catch and to counter you. It's not exactly true. I mean, yeah, there's like physically, yes. I mean, you're putting your leg up and you're balancing on just one leg. But if you set things up right, and also if you're really comfortable using kicks, then I mean, there's really no problem. Just you just got to throw them. All right, so Meng Bo, again, throwing several kicks. Still using, I think, ultimately more boxing. She's known as like a knockout artist with her right cross. So she's setting that up a lot. Santos is trying to come back with some stuff, but she basically, she threw a lead kick. Great. But again, it's against someone who's used to these types of things, so it might not be as effective as she might wish. Right. The only thing I would like to see from Meng is that if she can throw the side kick or the side thrust kick, I usually call it a side thrust kick. She's not quite doing that. I'd like to see more of those. She's just pretty much staying with the roundhouse kick. And just kind of hopping around. But again, it does seem like Meng Bo is the aggressor here. All right. Yeah, not bad. And the ref warns them for passivity. So they kind of kick it up a notch, but now they're kind of back to just chilling out. Yep. So far, so good, though. Meng Bo, I think, is still like dominating. Or at least she's still has more of the control over the space. All right, Santos trying to throw some stuff, but again, Meng Bo out of the way. Yeah, I'm trying to throw some. Yeah, you see, there's kind of a little bit of a flurry. Like she threw several punches, but Meng got her head out of the way. Kind of returned with a couple punches and kicks. So again, I think ultimately still Meng just still won these exchanges. Oh, she slipped and fell. And then you see, this is where I would recognize her as being somewhat of a wrestler, is because she fell and she actually fell back onto her back, and then rolled back into what we call referee's position or a defensive position. And look, even though Santos has a jiu-jitsu background and tried to take her back, where did she end up? On bottom. So while Meng is in a somewhat dangerous position right now, there's an armbar attempt going on. Meng is still able to keep control there, still stay on top, stacking the opponent. Doesn't look like too much. I mean, yeah, it's dangerous, right? If Meng were to just like let go of her arms, then it could be disastrous, right? But they're still against the cage, so even if she extended her legs, it wouldn't be as successful. And yeah, it wasn't successful. That round is over. Okay, so again, I believe most people would consider that Meng was the winner of that round. You'll see some exchanges, like right here in the replay. Ultimately, Meng landed cleanly. Meng again was in somewhat of a dangerous position here. Yep, getting some advice from their judges. I like, of course, this is the channel you're watching, right? So again, my personal belief that it's Sanda mixes best with wrestling, and in particular catch wrestling. You can see on our wrestling channel, Catch Wrestling Alliance. Feel free to check that one out. Please subscribe to that one. But you'll see, it's always been my belief that for MMA, they're just fighting. The best way to they're the best styles to mix are Sanda and catch wrestling. But happy to see Meng claiming wrestling. Hopefully, she can train with me to learn catch wrestling. All right, so there was kind of a side thrust kick, a back spinning side thrust. So that again is characteristic of Sanda in particular. You'll see it in other styles, but I mean, you're not truly going to be seeing it a lot in like Muay Thai or whatever. So people got to stop kidding themselves, thinking that everything is Muay Thai. You'll see kicks like that definitely more in Sanda, but you might see it in like karate or even Taekwondo and stuff like that. But definitely in Sanda. That's why you'll see even in one championship, you'll see that Team Lakay from the Philippines who have a Sanda background. You'll see them throwing more of those kicks because they have a Sanda background. All right, so again, we're still seeing now kind of a back and forth with the lead roundhouse kick from both women, which I think is great. I personally like that kick. I use it a lot. but if any of them could change it up. So what you'd want to kind of do in these kind of scenarios, like, so they're both kind of expecting low kicks from each other now. You see that? So Santos threw some couple low roundhouse kicks to the lead leg of Meng. Meng kind of, just kind of retaliated by throwing some straight punches. What you would want to do for either one of these women, you'd want to set it up where you can actually throw a high lead roundhouse kick. All right, so with that lead leg, you can actually get a knockout, and there's been several Chinese fighters that were known for getting that knockout with that lead roundhouse kick. So you can set it up where, you get the person thinking, oh, nice little flurry there. Meng is just really unleashed quite a few. Oh, and she threw Santos down. So again, using some leverage there and some strength, definitely. But again, Meng is on top. All right, let's see how she combats the bottom attack from a jiu-jitsu practitioner. So yeah, again, I've never read anything about like her wrestling background, but I think it's kind of cool that she's claiming wrestling as her style. But you're seeing kind of a wrestling attitude from Meng. So you can see that wrestling attitude by staying on top. And let's see if she can kind of basically she's basically pinning the girl down, Santos. Let's see if she can, and then she attempts to pass her guard or pass her legs, right? Santos is trying to regain that guard. She has one butterfly. Oh, now she's gone to full guard, trying to throw some elbows from the bottom, but it doesn't seem to be so effective. And Meng has brought Santos to the middle of the cage, and she's posturing up and throwing downward strikes, right? So this is where you want to be, still throwing from the top down. There's the potential, and I think like you'll see Santos maybe trying to get that high guard, so you can start getting attempts for like triangle chokes and even like arm bars again. But Meng seems to be shutting all those down. That was a pretty good elbow from the bottom there. But again, it's like if you're on top, you're going to have much more momentum, much more proper body mechanics behind you, so that your strikes will be way more devastating than throwing them from the bottom with very little wind up. All right, yeah, 40 seconds left in the match. Meng is on top, basically pinning Santos down. And Santos really unable to like keep any good attack or even set up any good counter submission. All right, so they're back standing, about 15 seconds left, so probably not much is going to happen. Well, let's see if something happens. Meng threw a few punches, and Santos came back with the kick, a couple kicks now. Nice, those are some strong punches from Meng. All right, so next up is the third and final round. You're seeing, again, they both it's a pretty good flurry right there. So several punches landed, and then a knee from Meng, and then a nice toss, and she stayed on top. It would have been just even a little bit better if she could have landed past Santos' guard, but whatever. She's still showing like dominance there. All right, so the third round is coming up. I do like how both of them are kind of using I've said it before, they're both using the lead roundhouse kick. Great. So hopefully that stays up. But then, like I said, if one of them can switch to even using the high lead roundhouse kick, that I believe that could just end the match. All right, so here comes the third and final round. A lot of people expected Meng to win way earlier, but I think it shows the determination of Santos that she's not going to be finished easily, and she really wants to stay relevant in the one championship division here. All right, so nice. They are starting off pretty good. Nice exchange there. Maybe I don't know if they're getting tired or not, but Meng is still hopping around. I think maybe Santos thinks that maybe her only chance is to set up some kind of submission there, because she was trying to grab on to Meng as she got close. Nice kicks, nice kicks. So keep those up. But if it'd be great if Meng could send a high lead roundhouse kick to the head of Santos. I think that would be a fight finisher there. Instead, she chooses to continue to throw punches, strong punches anyway. We see how it's like, again, it's much easier to get out of the range of a punch than a kick. I think she could basically, oh, nice. I think that one landed, but wasn't enough to put down Santos. All right, let's see some of that side thrust kick. It'd be great to see a combo side thrust to lead roundhouse, followed up by that right cross. And now Santos tries a back spinning side thrust kick, followed up with a roundhouse kick, which is great. I think that roundhouse kick landed. All right, so they're kind of back and forth there. Yeah, I think Santos is already kind of able to gauge the distance of those punches, so she's able to easily get out of range for those really strong punches of Meng Bo. And then, yeah, she's trying to close in the distance, because I believe her thought is that her best way to win would be to get a submission. All right, so if she can get Meng down and try to do it. Oh, nice. I think Santos caught Meng a little off guard there. Was able to throw a nice punch, which looked like it got Meng back. But Meng again now is pushing Santos against the cage and keeping her against the cage. Santos kind of unable to really fight back or really kind of get out of the situation. Tried a little trip. Meng got her onto the knees, but they're back up. So that's pretty much all that Santos is really able to do. I think Meng could have tried to pull that other arm out to that posting arm, but anyway, we're past that now. So yeah, they're still kind of pushing each other up against the cage. Meng still keeping a lot of good pressure there, throwing some good peppering punches here and there. All right, Santos comes back with the knee. Then now they're throwing some punches. Nice. Okay, so nice exchange. They're bringing it back to the center of the cage there. I think Meng's still dominating. She should still win this one. It's good combo by Santos though. Oh, nice punch. I think it landed there. There we go. Yeah, now they're landing. Santos maybe is getting tired. She's not escaping that range of the punch as easily. So more strikes are landing from Meng. Oh, another one. Meng, I hope she can. I wish that she would mix up those kicks now, because she still looks more fresh. All right. Nice takedown from Meng. And then look, she's already on top, and she really quickly passes that guard. So now into full mount, high mount even, and just pounding. All right, very good. Yep. So this is when jiu-jitsu tends to fail. All right, so and time's up. So yeah, again, unable to do anything to get out of Mount Santos, and that just leaves the judges with this visual of Meng Bo just mounted and on top and just throwing down punches. So not a good look. So yeah, it's pretty easy to see that Meng Bo won this fight. Let's go ahead and show the official decision. Here's a little highlight, back and forth. There we go. The replays there. Nice. Yep. Yeah, I think it's pretty much just Meng dominating. And I know in one championship they judge the whole fight as like an entirety. So it's not like a 10-8 or 10-9 rounds where it's like round by round. Is actually the whole fight is taken into consideration. So if it's like someone maybe starts off weak and then they end up kind of dominating by the end, they can still win it. But I think Meng Bo still like just dominated the whole time. Let's go ahead and see the official decision here. Of course, Meng's gonna win, but let's watch them make it official. Yep, there she won. All right. So if you guys want me to talk about anything in other videos, let me know. We'll probably just be highlighting a lot of these people who claim to have Sanda background. So hopefully one championship can get more Chinese fighters who have a Sanda background. Also, maybe even UFC, but one championship tends to be much nicer with regards to letting us use their footage. So we'll definitely focus more on one championship. Okay, thank you for watching. Please subscribe. Okay.